so much. Well, I am having a really good year, I will tell you. Last Comic Standing, I'm taping my own half-hour special, and my daughter got into a great college, and today is my one-year wedding anniversary. But that's nothing. I have even better news. Yes, I do, because I just saved a bunch on my car insurance, and all right, so enough with the happy talk. You know what I'm fed up with? Anybody else? MapQuest, okay? How much does MapQuest suck? I mean, I got so burned by MapQuest last weekend that just for the hell of it, I typed in my address, 76th Street, and that I wanted to go to 77th Street. MapQuest told me to get on the Garden State Parkway. I had to go to Staten Island from my house, the Upper West Side. MapQuest told me it would take 11 minutes. Yeah, if I was a hologram. I married 1 year, and people say to me, is it still hot? And I'm like, yeah. But then again, I've only been home 4 days this year, so I don't usually mention this, but I married a lawyer, which I know sounds very impressive. Every girl dreams when they grow up they're going to marry a doctor, marry a lawyer. But me, I had to marry the only lawyer in America with a conscience. Yes. No, I didn't marry the cutthroat, ruthless, give me all your money lawyer. No, I married the pay me what you can, whatever you can, I just want to see justice served lawyer. I got so ripped off, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what it's like? It's like I finally banged a rock star, but he's with a Christian band. I have a gay sister. I do. I have a gay sister, which has been great for me, because my parents have now forgiven me everything. I'm not kidding. At this point, if I brought home a dwarf with a mohawk, 6 tattoos, and a nose ring, as long as he's a penis, he can stay for dinner. And they'll call him son, ladies and gentlemen. My sister has a great job. My sister works for Amnesty International. Have you ever heard of it? Okay, I'm such a moron. I didn't really get it at first, so I was like, all right, so what do they do exactly? She says, well, they get people out of Burma. I said, people are going to Burma? Who's going to Burma? She said, people go. I said, what happened? She said, they get stuck there. I said, you get them out? She said, yeah. I said, well, why don't you just send out a memo? Hey, don't go to Burma! See how I solved that crisis? I learned so much from my sister. I do, because, last week I get in my elevator, right? And there's my neighbor. And he's got a 3-bedroom apartment, and I'm waiting for him to die, right? And he's got luggage. I'm like, where you going? He said, Florida. I said, Florida? Man, you should go to Burma. Now that is a lovely vacation spot. Trying to lose a few pounds, because I want to get a sitcom. And it's like a 25-pound max to be on television, so I got a few more to go. And I'm getting to that age where, dieting doesn't work. You got to exercise. And I can't find anything I like. I read an article that said, go back to when you were a child and do whatever you did then now. I mean, that didn't work for me. There's not a single gym in America that has dodgeball. I'll tell you that right now. I signed up for yoga. Anyone? Yoga? Because, right? Well, I heard you get to do the exercises laying down, so I signed right up for that. What a ripoff that was. First of all, it's hard. Second of all, very spiritual. Didn't know it was going to be so spiritual. Oh, my God. They want you to meditate. Ugh, I can't do anything too spiritual. As soon as it gets spiritual, I think there's going to be Kool-Aid at the end and we're all going to die. I don't like spiritual. But they don't give you a choice. You get no choice. They talk you through the meditation. It's like a guided meditation. The lady's like, clear your mind of all thoughts. And the second she says that, all these crazy thoughts come pouring in. Like, what time's the post office close? Why does it take so long for an out-of-state check to clear? Is it wrong to use those return address labels without donating to the charities? It occurred to me, I'm getting to be a little bit of a celebrity. I don't want to brag. A little bit of a celebrity. And I was thinking, it's time for me to get a cause. I got to get behind a cause. All celebrities have a cause. And I haven't found the right one yet. My sister took me to a pro-choice rally, and I thought this would be good, pro-choice, marching for women's rights. I'm a woman. It worked out. And so I'm the only woman I've ever heard of who got thrown out of a pro-choice rally. Me. I got thrown out. And I don't know what happened. I was, marching, women's rights, marching. And I was looking, I'm on the pro-choice side. And, the right-to-lifers were on the other side. Not the most attractive women in America. Could I point this out? I mean, really, what are the chances they're going to ever contend with an unplanned pregnancy? I'm just making an observation. Well, I'm not saying they're not going to get pregnant, but it's not going to come from throw caution to the wind. And so I'm making my little jokes, and the right-to-lifers didn't appreciate it, I'll tell you. One of the right-to-lifers got very nasty. She actually grabbed my sleeve. She was like, "Look, lady, if I was pregnant..." I said, whoa, ma'am. Okay, if you were pregnant, yeah, there would be a Star over Bethlehem. So... I was out of there. They didn't like my attitude. I think I got my cause worked out. What do you think of this? I thought that I would head up the organization that monitors the number of handicapped parking spaces in America. I thought that would be a good thing. Yes. Oh, I know it sounds controversial. And don't get the wrong idea. I'm all for handicapped parking. I just think in certain cases, we may have gone a little overboard. Are you with me? If you're not, it's okay. If you're not with me, then just explain one thing, okay? Why do we need 24 handicapped parking spaces at Home Depot? Can we just talk about this? Come on. If a guy can spackle his bathroom, lay pipe, and put up gutters, don't you think he can walk the extra 30 feet to the parking lot? Now, this is my second marriage, and I have a kid from my first marriage because I like souvenirs. And this is my second marriage, and I definitely made a better choice this time. But I got to be honest, in some ways, all men are the same. Like, for example, why do you all like to have sex first thing in the morning? Can we talk about this for a second? Because do we smell good first thing in the morning? Yeah, because you don't. I understand. You're looking at me like I'm stupid. I understand. You got a natural physiological state of arousal thing, right? I understand. But why are you so proud of it? Oh my God, you're like, look at me. Look at me. Look. Will you look at it? Look. Oh, my favorite. This is for you. Like you think we're stupid. Hey, we know you wake up that way whether we're there or not. It's not that flattering. And then what happens if we ignore it? Then you start the whole tapping thing. What is this? I'm sorry for the girls. What is that? Is that a doorbell back there? Who came up with this penis acupuncture move? What is that? You know what I love? I love when you're gonna cuddle. You're cuddling. You're not. And sir, I gotta be nice. This is a new marriage. I can't be nasty, right? Because I still want him to buy me stuff. So, but I work nights. He works days. It's very hard to find the schedule that fits us. And I the other day I was so tired. I said to him, "Hey, you want to try something really kinky?" And he goes, "Okay." I said, "All right, no, this really turns me on." And he's buying it because he's a guy. I'm like, "All right, I'm going to pretend I'm sleeping, right? While you pleasure yourself. But you have to be really quiet." It worked. I have an 18-year-old daughter, in case you didn't know. I had her when I was 5. But the music, and the male hip-hop artists are the worst, because I don't even think they realize how degrading the songs are to women, right? Every male hip-hop artist is like, bitch, what? Get in my car, slap your ass, win my money, right? Which is fine, but the girls are like, I love that song, oh my God, turn it up, I love that song, oh my God. They all want to be Eminem. All white teenagers in New York City want to be Eminem. It's ridiculous. She even has her teachers fooled. My daughter got 1 A last year. She wrote an essay called The Sounds of the Ghetto. Got it? The Sounds of the Ghetto. We live on 76 in Central Park West. I'm reading this. The Sounds of the Ghetto. Every day I wake to the noise of hungry dogs fighting outside my window. That's the Shih Tzu and the Bichon Frise. And if you have a teenager, you have to have noticed the media is always telling us, how to raise our kids now. Like we're stupid, like we don't know how to raise our children. They have all these campaigns, they don't need you to be their friend. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, I know who my friends are, and they don't steal money out of my purse in the middle of the night. What's the other one? You got to know who they're with and where they are at all times. Oh, yeah, that works. Yeah, I know where my daughter is every night. She's with her friends. They come to my house. They go in her room. They close the door, and they light incense. Yes, like I don't know what's going on in there. Like I think there's a Zen Buddhist meeting in my apartment. One night I'm watching TV. I see the public service announcement. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I'm like, yeah, they're all at my house getting enlightened. And at 11 p.m., they're going to come out and make rice-a-roni. And make fun of the word roni for 2 hours. I don't even know what they're teaching them in school anymore. Do you know what my kids said to me the other day? Mom, were you alive in the time of the Beatles? Okay, well, let's review, shall we? First, the Earth cooled. Then we had dinosaurs. And then I was born. She goes, no, seriously, what happened to the Beatles? I said, yes, the Beatles. Well, the Beatles, like many ancient cultures, they were wiped out by a terrible plague. Sort of like SARS. But back then we called it Yoko Ono. My daughter's friends they're amazing. They're either stoners or sluts. Stoners or sluts. That's what comes over to my house. Yeah. I like the sluts. They always give me a good laugh. One of my daughter's friends she said to me, she goes, can I ask you a question? Because you know a lot about sex, right? Okay. And it's really embarrassing, but I just want to ask you. All right. So, have you ever tried 69? And I was like, yeah, like in 89. I'm not big on the 69. Can I just say that? I'm not. I really think 69 overrated. It is. I don't really think anybody gets off properly in 69. Matter of fact, I think 69 is rude. It's rude. It is. It's like saying to someone, okay, we're going to have sex, right? But we're going to go Dutch. My husband said the funniest thing to me the other day. He said that when my daughter goes off to college, we should start working on us having our own baby. You like the 69 joke, but that was real comedy to me. Oh, that was funny, yeah. I said, you know what that's like? That's like asking somebody who just got over food poisoning if they want a burrito. I may do it, actually, I need the material. You know what I miss? I miss one thing about having a little kid. I miss Halloween. I really do. Halloween, people don't realize, but Halloween is Mother's Day, okay? Mother's Day sucks. What do you get for Mother's Day? You get a card with pasted kidney beans and macaroni and glitter, and it's all over the apartment. It's not a great day for us. Halloween is payday, folks. And a lot of parents are strange. They say ration the candy. Have you ever heard that? Ration the candy. I say let them eat as much as they want. They throw up, the rest is mine. That's how I handle Halloween. And people used to feel sorry for me and say, oh, you can't go trick-or-treating from house to house, because we live in New York City. Are you kidding? We go to a building on the corner with 37 floors. I sit in the lobby, read a magazine. She comes down with 4 bags of candy. What do you mean you're too tired to go across the street? No, you work for me today. Now I have a teenager. Every time my daughter gets in trouble, I get in bigger trouble. It's the worst. I got a phone call from my daughter's school. It was at the beginning of the school year last year. Picked up the phone. The woman goes, yes, hello, this is Mrs. Schron. So I was like, Mrs. Schlong? All right, so we start off on a bad note. That was my fault. I said, well, can I help you? She said, yes, there was an incident with your daughter today. She said F. I said, well, that was part of the alphabet when I was in school. Pretty sure Sesame Street dedicates a whole day to it, actually. She didn't take too kindly to the comedy, no. She said, well, that's why I'm calling, you see. I understand you're a comedian, and I hope that's not the way you talk at home. So I was like, all right, listen, Mrs. Schlong, I hope you don't think I'm an A or a B or, God forbid, a C. But it sounds like you need to lighten up some, yeah. Sounds like maybe you need to get F'd. You may be wondering about this set here, And I before I did comedy, I was a catering manager, which meant that I did weddings for a living. Me, the bitter divorced single mother, doing weddings for a living. And I would probably still be doing weddings for a living if it wasn't for this one bride. I'll never forget her. Her wedding was in June of 2014. And she would call me every day. We called her the stalker bride. And the last straw was one day she came in, it was like a Saturday at 5:30, and I was in the middle of another wedding. And she burst into my office. She was like, Corey, we have to make some changes on the menu. And I'm like, all right, calm down. Okay, your wedding's after Armageddon. We have plenty of time. And she goes, no, it's very serious, Corey. I just found out that Brian, my fiancé, is allergic to nuts. I said, and he still wants to marry you. All right. To myself, I said that. I said, well, why don't you calm down, call me back on Monday, and we'll go over the menu. She goes, no, we have to decide now because I want to envision my wedding. I said, you want to envision your wedding? All right, I'll help you. You're going to put on a dress, see? And then you're going to walk down an aisle and kiss some guy you've been sleeping with for 3 years. Then your whole family's going to dive into a shrimp boat like it's feeding time at SeaWorld. Old ladies are going to call dibs on the centerpieces before the first course goes down. And then you're going to dance the night away to such wonderful hits as Hot, 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 The Electric Slide, Celebrate by Kool and the Gang, La Bamba, and play that funky music, White Boy. And when it's all over and you go back to the honeymoon suite, you and your new husband will open up the envelopes and find out just how cheap everyone in your family really is. But the most important thing is you're married now, and the next morning when you wake up, the very first thing that you're going to feel is... Thank you so much.